Hello, English learners. I'm Emma, your host for today. If you're new here, I just want to say you're in the right place because we upload a new English learning video every single day to help you improve your English faster, step by step, in a natural and comfortable way. In today's lesson, you're going to do something very powerful, something that can truly change the way you speak English. You are going to practice real American English conversations, not textbook English, not robotic sentences, but the kind of English people actually use in their daily life in the United States. The kind of English you hear in cafes, in offices, on phone calls, and in casual conversations with friends. This means you will not only improve your listening skills, but also your speaking, your pronunciation, your sentence flow, and most importantly, your confidence. Because today, you're not just learning English, you're experiencing it. You're training your brain to think, respond, and speak like a real English speaker. We will go through many real-life situations together. Simple daily conversations, natural expressions, and useful phrases that Americans use all the time. You'll learn how to greet people casually, how to respond naturally, how to keep a conversation going, and how to sound more relaxed and fluent when you speak. And don't worry, if you feel slow or unsure right now, that's completely normal. Throughout this lesson, I will guide you step by step, and you'll get plenty of chances to practice. I'll give you sentences to repeat, situations to imagine, and small speaking exercises so you can actively use what you learn, not just listen. By the end of this video, you'll notice something important. Your sentences will feel smoother, your reactions will be faster, and your English will start to sound more natural, more American, and more confident. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss our daily English lessons designed to help you grow every single day. So, take a deep breath, relax your mind, and get ready to speak with me. Let's begin. Let's start with something very simple. Imagine you just walked into a coffee shop in the United States. You feel a little nervous. You want to order something, but at the same time, you want to sound natural, not like you are translating from your native language. This is where real American English begins, with small, everyday, some conversations that feel easy, relaxed, and natural. You walk up to the counter, the barista smiles and says, "Hey, how's it going?" Now, this is very important. In American English, people often don't say, "How are you?" in a formal way. Instead, they use casual greetings like, "How's it going?" "What's up?" or "How are you doing?" And here's the key. They are not expecting a long answer, just something short and friendly. So you can respond with, "It's going good, thanks. How about you?" Or you can say, "Pretty good. How's your day going?" Notice how simple that is. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be natural. Now, let's practice together. Imagine the barista says, "Hey, how's it going?" Pause for a moment and say your answer out loud. Maybe you say, "It's going great, thanks. How about you?" Good. Now, try again, but this time, a little faster. Pretty good. How about you? Excellent. This is how you train your speaking, by repeating simple, real sentences. Now, The barista asks, "What can I get for you?" This is another very common American phrase. Instead of saying, "What do you want?" Americans use softer, more polite expressions. So, now, Haas, you respond, "Can I get a medium latte, please?" Notice something important here. Americans often say, "Can I get?" instead of "I want," because it sounds more polite and natural. Let's practice this. Say it with me. Can I get a medium latte? Please? Again. A little more confident. Can I get a medium latte, please? Very good. Now, try changing the order. Can I get a small coffee? Can I get an iced tea? You see, once you learn one pattern, you can use it in many situations. The barista might then ask, "Anything else?" This is a very short and common question, and your answer can also be short. You can say, "No, that's all," or "That's it, thanks," or even just, "Nope, that's it," which is more casual. Let's practice that together. The barista says, "Anything else?" You respond, "No, that's all, thanks." Again, "Nope, that's it." Perfect. Notice how relaxed and natural this feels. Now, imagine a slightly different situation. You meet a friend on the street. They say, "Hey, long time no see." This means you haven't seen each other for a while, and it's a very common American expression. You can respond by saying, "Yeah, it's been a while," or "I know, it's been so long." Let's practice. I say, "Hey, long time no see." You respond, pause, and say it. "Yeah, it's been a while." Good. Now, try another version. "I know, it's been so long." Excellent. Then your friend might ask, "What have you been up to?" This is a very important phrase. It doesn't mean, "What are you doing right now?" It means, "What have you been doing recently?" So you can answer like this, "I've been working a lot," or "I've been studying English," or "Just staying busy with work now." It's your turn. Imagine your friend asks, "What have you been up to?" Take a moment and answer in your own words. Maybe you say, "I've been practicing my English every day." Good. Now, say it again, a little more smoothly. "I've been practicing my English every day." That's how you build fluency. Now, let's continue the conversation naturally. After you answer, you can return the question. This is very important. In American conversations, people like balanced conversations. So you can say, "What about you?" Or, "How about you?" Let's practice the full exchange. Listen carefully. "What have you been up to?" "I've been working a lot lately. How about you?" Now, you try. Say it out loud. Good. One more time, smoother. Excellent. Now, so you imagine you are talking to someone at work, maybe a coworker, and you want to start a conversation. In American English, a very common way to start is by talking about something simple, like the day, the weather, or work. You might say, "It's been a busy day, huh?" This small word, "huh," at the end, makes the sentence sound more conversational. The other person might respond, "Yeah, it really has," or "Tell me about it," which means, "I completely agree. Let's practice." You say, "It's been a busy day, huh?" Now, respond as the other person. "Yeah, it really has." Good. Now, try. "Tell me about it." Perfect. Now, Let's make it slightly more natural. Add emotion, add feeling, say it like a real person. It's been a busy day, huh? Pause. Respond. Yeah, it really has. Excellent. This is how you move from basic English to real, living English. Now, imagine you want to ask for help in a store. Maybe you're looking for something. You can say, "Excuse me, do you know where I can find this?" This is polite and very natural. The key here is tone. Keep it soft and friendly. Let's practice. Say it with me. Excuse me, do you know where I can find this? Again, a little smoother. Excuse me, do you know where I can find this? Very good. The person might respond, "Yeah, it's right over there." Or, "You can find it in aisle 5. Or, "Let me show you." These are all very common responses. Now, imagine this full mini conversation. You say, "Excuse me, do you know where I can find this?" The person says, "Yeah, it's right over there." You respond, "Oh, okay, thank you so much." Notice how simple but natural this is. Now, your turn. Say the full conversation out loud, slowly, then again, more naturally. This repetition is what builds real speaking ability. As we continue, remember something very important. Fluency is not about using difficult words. It's about using simple words, quickly, naturally, and confidently. The more you practice these small conversations, the more your brain will start thinking in English. Automatically. Take a moment now, breathe, and repeat one more short conversation. "Hey, how's it going?" "Pretty good. How about you?" "Not bad, just busy with work." Say it again. Smoother, more relaxed, more natural. This is how you begin to speak like an American. Step by step, sentence by sentence, conversation by conversation. Now, let's move into another very common situation, talking on the phone. This is something many learners find difficult because you cannot see the other person's face, and everything depends on your listening and quick responses. But don't worry, we will make it simple, natural, and easy to practice. Imagine your phone rings, you pick it up, and you say, "Hello?" In American English, people usually keep it very simple, just "hello?" or sometimes "hey," if it's someone they know. Now, the other person might say, "Hey, is this Emma?" Or, "Hi, am I speaking with Emma?" Now, your response can be, "Yeah, this is Emma," or, "Yes, this is she." But in everyday American English, "Yeah, this is Emma," sounds more natural and relaxed. Let's practice this together. The caller says, "Hey, is this Emma?" Pause and answer, "Yeah, this is Emma." Good. Now, again, smoother. "Yeah, this is Emma." Excellent. Now, imagine you are the one making the call. You can start by saying, "Hey, this is Emma. Is now a good time?" This is very common in American culture. People often check if the other person is available before continuing. Let's practice. Say it with me. "Hey, this is Emma. Is now a good time?" Again, more natural. "Hey, this is Emma. Is now a good time?" Very good. The other person might say, "Yeah, sure. What's up?" This phrase, "What's up?" is extremely common. It simply means, "What do you want to talk about?" Or, "What's going on?" Now, you respond. Maybe you say, "I just wanted to ask you something." Or, "I was calling about the meeting." Or, I needed your help with something. These are all very natural ways to continue a phone conversation. Let's practice a full short conversation. Listen first. Hey, is this Emma? Yeah, this is Emma. Hey, this is John. Is now a good time? Yeah, sure. What's up? I just wanted to ask you about tomorrow's plan. Now, you try. Say each line slowly, then again, more smoothly. Now, let's move to another daily situation. Making plans with someone. This is something you will use a lot in real life, especially if you want to sound friendly and social in English. Imagine you want to invite a friend. You might say, Hey, do you want to hang out later? This phrase, hang out, is very common in American English. It means to spend time together in a relaxed way. Your friend might respond, Yeah, sure. What do you have in mind? Which means, what are you thinking of doing? Now, you can say, maybe we could grab some coffee, or we could watch a movie, or let's just chill and talk. Notice how simple and flexible these sentences are. Let's practice together. You say, Hey, do you want to hang out later? Now, respond as a friend. Yeah, sure. What do you have in mind? Good. Now, continue. Maybe we could grab some coffee. Excellent. Now, try the whole conversation again, but this time, say it more naturally, with a relaxed tone, like real speech. This is very important because American English is not only about words, it's about rhythm, tone, and feeling. Now, I imagine your friend cannot come. They might say, I'd love to, but I'm kind of busy today. This is a polite way to say no. Notice the phrase, I'd love to, but it softens the rejection. You can respond, No worries, maybe next time. Or, That's okay, we'll catch up later. These responses sound friendly and understanding. Let's practice. Your friend says, I'd love to, but I'm kind of busy today. You respond, pause, No worries, maybe next time. Good. Now, again, smoother. That's okay, we'll catch up later. Perfect. Now, let's move into a workplace conversation. Imagine, you're in an office, and you want to ask your coworker about a task. You might say, Hey, have you finished that report yet? This is direct, but still natural. The coworker might say, Not yet, I'm still working on it. Or, Yeah, I sent it this morning. These are very common responses. Let's practice. You ask, Hey, have you finished that report yet? Now, respond as the coworker. Not yet. I'm still working on it. Good. Now, try another answer. Yeah, I sent it this morning. Excellent. Now, let's make it more conversational. You can add a follow-up. For example, Hey, have you finished that report yet? Not yet. I'm still working on it. Got it. Let me know if you need any help. This shows cooperation and friendliness. Your turn. Say the full exchange, slowly, then again, naturally. This repetition will help you speak automatically in real situations. Now, let's talk about something very important, reacting naturally in conversations. In American English, people often use small reactions to show they are listening. Words like, Oh, so really? That's nice. I see. Got it. These are very powerful because they keep the conversation alive. Imagine someone tells you, I just got a new job. You can respond, Oh, really? That's awesome. Or, That's great! Congratulations! Notice the emotion, the energy. This is what makes your English sound alive. Let's practice. I say, I just got a new job. You respond, that's awesome. Congratulations. Good. Now, try another. Oh, really? That's great. Excellent. Now, imagine a different situation. Someone says, I'm really tired today. You can respond, yeah, I feel you. Or, same here. Or, that happens. These are very natural American responses. Let's practice. I'm really tired today. You respond, pause. Yeah, I feel you. Good. Again. Same here. Perfect. Now, let's build a slightly longer conversation using reactions. Listen first. I'm really tired today. Yeah, I feel you. It's been a long day. Exactly. I just want to go home and relax. Same here. I can't wait to get some rest. Now, you try. Speak each line. Feel the rhythm, the natural flow. As you continue practicing, you will notice something. Your brain is starting to respond faster. You are not translating. You are simply reacting. This is the goal, to make English feel automatic. Take a moment now and repeat this short conversation. Hey, what's up? Not much, just relaxing. Sounds nice. Yeah, so it's been a long day. Say it again, smoother, more natural, like a real conversation. Keep your voice relaxed. Don't rush. Let the words flow naturally, because that is how real American English sounds. Now, let's go deeper into everyday American conversations, the kind that happen naturally, without planning, because this is where real fluency develops, when you can respond without thinking too much, when your sentences come out smoothly, and when your reactions feel real. Imagine you are at a grocery store. You're standing in line, and the person next to you looks at you and says, "The line's pretty long today, huh?" This is something Americans often do. They make small talk with strangers, especially in places like stores, elevators, or waiting areas. Now, your response can be simple. Yeah, it really is. Or, I know, right? That phrase, I know, right, is very common in American English. It shows agreement, in a friendly, casual way. Let's practice. The person says, the line's pretty long today, huh? Pause and respond. Yeah, it really is. Good. Now, try. I know, right? Excellent. Now, let's continue that conversation. Naturally, the other person might say, it's always like this on weekends, and you can respond, yeah, I try to come earlier, but I couldn't today. Or, I guess everyone had the same idea. Notice how you're just sharing a small thought, nothing complicated, just natural. Your turn. Repeat the full mini conversation. The line's pretty long today, huh? Yeah, it really is. It's always like this on weekends. I guess everyone had the same idea. Say it again. A little smoother. Excellent. Now, let's move into another very important situation. Ordering food at a restaurant. This is something you will use again and again if you travel or interact in English. Imagine the waiter comes and says, "Hi, how are you guys doing today?" This is a very standard greeting. Even if you're alone, they might still say, "you guys," and that's completely normal in American English. You can respond, "We're doing good, thanks," or simply, "Good. How about you?" Keep it short, friendly, natural. Let's practice. The waiter says, "Hi, how are you guys doing today?" You respond, pause. "We're doing good, thanks. How about you?" "Good, now." Again, smoother. "Excellent." Then the waiter might ask, "Are you ready to order?" If you're ready, you can say, "Yeah, I'll have the grilled chicken," or "I'll go with the pasta." Notice this phrase, "I'll have." It's very common when ordering food. Let's practice. Say it with me. I'll have the grilled chicken. Again, I'll have the pasta. Good. Now, try creating your own sentence. I'll have a burger. Perfect. If you're not ready, you can say, "Can we have a few more minutes?" This is polite and very natural. Practice that. "Can we have a few more minutes?" Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, imagine the waiter brings your food and says, "Here you go." This is a very common phrase. When giving something, you can respond with, "Thank you," or "Thanks, I appreciate it." Keep it simple. Now, let's build a longer conversation. Listen carefully. "Hi, how are you guys doing today?" "We're doing good, thanks. How about you?" "I'm good. Are you ready to order?" "Yeah, I'll have the grilled chicken." "Great choice." "Thank you." Now, you try. Say each line slowly, then again, naturally. Now, let's shift into another daily life situation, talking about your day in more detail. This is very important if you want to sound fluent, because conversations don't stop at short answers, they grow. When you add more information, imagine someone asks you, "How was your day?" Instead of just saying, "Good," you can expand your answer. You can say, "It was pretty good. I got a lot of work done," or "It was kind of busy, but productive," or "Honestly, it was a bit stressful, but I managed." Let's practice. I ask, "How was your day?" You respond, pause. "It was pretty good. I got a lot of work done." Good. Now, try another version. "It was kind of busy, but productive." Excellent. Now, let's make it more interactive. After answering, you can ask back, "How about yours?" This keeps the conversation balanced. Practice the full exchange. "How was your day?" "It was pretty good. I got a lot of work done." "How about yours?" Say it again. Smoother. Perfect. Now, let's go deeper into natural storytelling. Imagine you want to tell a short story about something that happened. In American English, people often use simple connectors like so, then, and to keep the story flowing. For example, "So, I woke up late today, and then I rushed to work, and I almost missed my bus." Notice how simple the structure is, but it sounds very natural. Let's practice. Say it with me. "So, I woke up late today, and then I rushed to work, and I almost missed my bus." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, try creating your own short story, maybe about your morning. Take a moment. Speak it out loud. Don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on flow. Now, let's move into a conversation with a friend about plans for the weekend. This is extremely common. Your friend might say, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" You can respond, "Not really. I might just relax." Or, "Yeah, I'm thinking of going out with some friends." Or, "I haven't decided yet." Let's practice. Do you have any plans for the weekend? You respond, Not really. I might just relax. Good. Now, try another. Yeah, I'm thinking of going out with some friends. Excellent. Then your friend might say, That sounds fun. Or, You should get some rest. These small responses make the conversation feel natural. Now, let's build a longer exchange. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Not really. I might just relax. That sounds nice. Yeah, I just need a break. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Feel the rhythm. Now, let's focus on something very important, expressing opinions. In American English, people often share their opinions in a soft, casual way. Instead of saying something very strong, they might say, I think, I feel like, in my opinion. These phrases make your speech sound more natural and polite. For example, I think this place is really good, or I feel like the weather is getting colder, or in my opinion, this movie was amazing. Let's practice. Say it with me. I think this place is really good. Again. I feel like the weather is getting colder. Good. Now. In my opinion, this movie was amazing. Excellent. Now. Let's use this in a conversation. Imagine you and your friend are talking about a movie. What did you think about the movie? I think it was really interesting. The story was great. Yeah, I feel like the ending was a bit surprising. Now, you try. Say it out loud. Now, let's go even deeper, responding quickly, in real time. This is what makes someone sound fluent, the ability to react, without pausing too much. Imagine someone says, I just got promoted. You respond quickly, No way, that's awesome. Or, That's amazing, congratulations. These quick reactions are very important. Let's practice. I just got promoted. You respond, No way, that's awesome. Good. Again, That's amazing, congratulations. Excellent. Now, imagine someone says, I'm not feeling well today. You can respond, Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. Or, That's tough, take care of yourself. These responses show empathy, practice. I'm not feeling well today. You respond, Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. Good, again, smoother, excellent. Now, let's combine everything into a longer natural conversation. Listen carefully. Hey, how was your day? It was pretty good. I got a lot of work done. That's great. Yeah, but I'm a little tired. I feel you. It's been a long day. Exactly. I just want to relax now. Now. You try. Say it out loud. Feel the flow. As you practice these conversations, something important is happening. Your brain is building patterns. You're not memorizing, you're absorbing. And that's the key to speaking like an American. Take one more moment. Repeat this short conversation. What are you doing later? I might just stay home and relax. That sounds nice. Yeah, I need some rest. Say it again, smoother, more natural, like real life. Keep your tone relaxed, your pace natural, and your focus on communication, not perfection, because that is how real English works. Now, let's continue by stepping into another very natural and common part of daily American life, casual conversations with neighbors or people you see regularly. These are not deep conversations. They are light, friendly, and very important for sounding natural in English. Imagine you're walking outside your house and you see your neighbor. They smile and say, "Hey, how's everything going?" This is slightly different from "How's it going?" but the meaning is almost the same. It's just a friendly way to check in. You can respond, "Everything's good, just keeping busy," or "Pretty good, can't complain." That phrase, "can't complain," is very common. It means things are okay, not perfect, but fine. Let's practice. The neighbor says, "Hey, how's everything going?" You respond, pause. "Pretty good, can't complain." Good. Now. Saw again. Smoother. Excellent. Now, the neighbor might say, "Yeah, same here, just taking it one day at a time." This is another very natural American expression. It means you are dealing with life, step by step, without stress. You can respond, "Yeah, that's the best way to do it." Or, "Absolutely, just staying positive." Notice how supportive and relaxed this sounds. Let's practice the full conversation. "Hey, how's everything going?" "Pretty good, can't complain." "Yeah, same here. Just taking it one day at a time." "Yeah, that's the best way to do it." Now, you try, say it out loud, feel the rhythm. Now, Shay, let's move into another everyday situation. Asking for directions. This is very useful if you are traveling or living in an English-speaking place. Imagine you are lost and you want to find a place. You can say, "Excuse me, could you help me find this place?" Or, "Do you know how to get to this address?" Both are polite and natural. Let's practice. Say it with me. "Excuse me, could you help me find this place?" Again, "Do you know how to get to this address?" Very good. The person might respond, "Yeah, just go straight, then take a left." Or, "It's about 2 blocks down." Or, "It's right around the corner." These are very common direction phrases. Now, let's build a full conversation. "Excuse me, could you help me find this place?" "Yeah, just go straight and take a left." "Oh, okay. Thank you so much." "No problem." Now, you try. Repeat it, slowly, then naturally. Now, let's make it slightly more advanced. Imagine you didn't understand the directions. This happens a lot, and it's completely okay. You can say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "Can you repeat that a little slower?" These are very important phrases for real communication. Let's practice. Say it with me. "Sorry, could you say that again?" Again. "Can you repeat that a little slower?" Excellent. Now, let's move into a situation where you're talking with a friend about something interesting. Maybe a new place, a new experience, or something exciting. Your friend might say, "Have you ever been to that new restaurant downtown?" You can respond, "No, not yet. Is it good?" Or, "Yeah, I went there last week. It was really nice." These are natural responses. Let's practice. "Have you ever been to that new restaurant downtown?" You respond, "No, not yet. Is it good?" Good. Now, try another. "Yeah, I went there last week. It was really nice." Excellent. Now, no, let's continue the conversation. The friend might say, "Yeah, the food is amazing." And you can respond, "Oh, really? I should check it out." That phrase, "check it out," means to try or visit something. Practice that? Oh, really? I should check it out. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build the full conversation. Have you ever been to that new restaurant downtown? No, not yet. Is it good? Yeah, the food is amazing. Oh, really? I should check it out. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. Let's move into a slightly different situation, talking about problems or small issues. This is very important because real conversations are not always perfect. Sometimes, we need to explain difficulties. Imagine you say, I've been having some trouble with my internet. This is a natural way to explain a problem. The other person might respond, Oh yeah? What's going on? You can then explain, It keeps disconnecting, or It's really slow lately. These are simple, real-life sentences. Let's practice. I've been having some trouble with my internet. Now, respond, It keeps disconnecting. Good, again, smoother. Excellent. Now. So let's continue. The other person might say, That's annoying, or You should call your provider. These are natural responses. Practice the full exchange. I've been having some trouble with my internet. Oh yeah? What's going on? It keeps disconnecting. That's annoying. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's focus on another important skill, agreeing and disagreeing in conversations. In American English, people usually do this in a soft and polite way. If you agree, you can say, Yeah, I agree, or exactly, or that's true. If you disagree, you can say, I see what you mean, but, or I'm not sure about that. These sound polite and natural. Let's practice. This movie is really good. You respond, Yeah, I agree. Good. Now, try disagreeing. I see what you mean, but I didn't like it that much. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. This movie is really good. Yeah, I agree. The story is amazing. I see what you mean, but I didn't like the ending. Now, you try. Say it out loud. Now, let's go into another daily situation. Shopping for clothes. Imagine you are in a store and you want to ask about a size. You can say, Do you have this in a medium? Or, Can I try this on? Let's practice. Say it with me. Do you have this in a medium? Again. Can I try this on? Very good. The store assistant might say, Yeah, the fitting room is over there. Or, Let me check for you. These are common responses. Now, let's build the conversation. Do you have this in a medium? Let me check for you. Thank you. Here you go. Now. You try. Repeat it naturally. Now. Let's bring everything together into a longer, more natural flow. Listen carefully. Hey, how's everything going? Pretty good. Can't complain. Have you been to that new restaurant downtown? No, not yet. Is it good? Yeah, the food is amazing. Oh, really? I should check it out. You should. It's worth it. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Feel the natural rhythm. Take a moment, breathe, and repeat this short conversation. Excuse me, could you help me find this place? Yeah, just go straight and take a left. Sorry, could you say that again? Sure, go straight and then turn left. Say it again, smoother. more confident. As you continue practicing, your speaking will become more automatic, more natural, and more American in style. Because you are not just learning words, you are learning how people actually communicate. Keep going, stay relaxed, and trust the process. Because fluency is built one conversation at a time. Now, let's continue by stepping into one of the most important parts of real American English: extended conversations. The kind where you don't just answer, but you keep talking. You add details, you react, and you stay engaged. Imagine you are sitting with a friend at a cafe, and they ask you, "So what do you usually do after work?" Now, instead of giving a very short answer, you can expand naturally. You might say, "Well, it depends. Sometimes I go straight home, but other days I like to go for a walk or watch something." Notice how you use simple connectors like "well," "sometimes," "but." This is how natural speech flows. Let's practice. I ask, "What do you usually do after work?" You respond. Pause. "Well, it depends. Sometimes I go straight home, but other days I like to relax and watch something." Good. Now, see again. Smoother. Excellent. Now, your friend might respond, "That sounds nice. I usually just go to the gym." And you can react, "Oh, that's good. I've been thinking about working out more." This keeps the conversation moving. Let's practice. "I usually just go to the gym." You respond, "Oh, that's good. I've been thinking about working out more." Good. Now, again, more natural. Excellent. Now, let's make the conversation longer. "What do you usually do after work?" "Well, it depends. Sometimes I go straight home, but other days I like to relax and watch something." That sounds nice. "I usually just go to the gym." Oh, that's good. I've been thinking about working out more. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Keep your tone relaxed. Now, let's move into another common situation, talking about past experiences. This is very important if you want to sound fluent, because conversations often move into stories. Imagine someone asks, "Have you ever traveled alone?" You can answer, "Yeah, I have. I traveled alone last year. It was a great experience." Or, "No, not really, but I'd like to try it someday." Let's practice. "Have you ever traveled alone?" You respond, "Yeah, I have. I traveled alone last year. It was a great experience." Good. Now, try another. "No, not really, but I'd like to try it someday." Excellent. Now, let's expand the answer. This is where fluency grows. You can say, "Yeah, I have. I traveled alone last year. It was a bit scary at first, but I learned a lot." Notice how you add feelings and small details. Practice that. "Yeah, I have. I traveled alone last year. It was a bit scary at first, but I learned a lot." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. "Have you ever traveled alone?" "Yeah, I have. I traveled alone last year. It was a bit scary at first, but I learned a lot." That sounds interesting. "Yeah, it really helped me grow." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another situation, expressing preferences. This is something you use all the time in daily life. Imagine someone asks, "Do you prefer coffee or tea?" You can respond, "I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning," or "I'm more of a tea person." These are very natural expressions. Let's practice. Do you prefer coffee or tea? You respond. I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning. Good. Now, I try. I'm more of a tea person. Excellent. Now, let's expand it. I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning. It helps me wake up. Notice how you add a reason. This makes your speech more complete. Practice that. I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning. It helps me wake up. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. Do you prefer coffee or tea? I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning. It helps me wake up. Yeah, same here. I can't start my day without it. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go into another important skill, asking follow-up questions. This is what keeps conversations alive, instead of stopping after one answer. For example, if someone says, I went to the beach last weekend, you can ask, Oh, nice. How was it? Or, who did you go with? Or, what did you do there? Let's practice. I went to the beach last weekend. You respond, Oh, nice. How was it? Good. Now, try. Who did you go with? Excellent. Now, let's build a longer conversation. I went to the beach last weekend. Oh, nice. How was it? It was great. The weather was perfect. That sounds amazing. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Now, let's move into a very real-life situation, dealing with small misunderstandings. This happens in conversations, and it's important to handle it naturally. Imagine someone says something, and you didn't catch it clearly. You can say, Sorry, I didn't catch that. Or, What did you say? Or, more politely, Could you repeat that? Let's practice. Say it with me. Sorry. I didn't catch that. Again. Could you repeat that? Very good. Now, imagine you misunderstood something. You can say, Oh, I thought you meant something else. Or, Wait, I misunderstood. These help you correct the conversation. Practice that. Oh, I thought you meant something else. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation with a misunderstanding. Let's meet at 6. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I said let's meet at 6. Oh, okay, got it. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. So let's go deeper into emotional expressions, because real conversations include feelings, not just information. Imagine someone tells you, I'm really excited about my new job. You can respond, That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. Or, You must be so excited. These sound warm and natural. Let's practice. I'm really excited about my new job. You respond, That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. Good. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, imagine a different emotion. I'm feeling really stressed lately. You can respond, I'm sorry to hear that. Or, That sounds tough. These show empathy. Practice. I'm feeling really stressed lately. You respond, I'm sorry to hear that. Good. Again. That sounds tough. Excellent. Now, let's build a longer emotional conversation. I'm feeling really stressed lately. I'm sorry to hear that. What's going on? I've just been really busy with work. That sounds tough. Make sure to take some rest. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's bring everything together into a longer, flowing conversation. Listen carefully. Hey, what do you usually do after work? Well, it depends. Sometimes I go straight home, but other days I like to relax. That sounds nice. Yeah, it helps me unwind. Have you ever traveled alone? Yeah, I have. It was a bit scary at first, but I learned a lot. That sounds interesting. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Feel the natural flow. Take a moment now and repeat this short conversation. Do you prefer coffee or tea? I usually prefer coffee, especially in the morning. Yeah? Or same here. I can't start my day without it. Say it again. Smoother, more confident. As you continue practicing these longer conversations, you will notice something powerful. You are no longer just answering questions. You are building conversations. You are expressing yourself. And you are starting to think in English naturally. Keep your tone relaxed, your sentences simple, and your focus on communication, not perfection. Because that is how real American English works in everyday life. Now, let's continue by moving into conversations that happen in more dynamic, real-life situations, where people speak a little faster, where responses are more spontaneous, and where you need to react naturally without overthinking. This is where your English starts to feel real, not practiced, not memorized, but alive. Imagine you are running a little late, and you meet a friend who has been waiting for you. They look at you and say, "Hey, what took you so long?" This is not necessarily rude. It's often said in a casual, friendly tone. You can respond, "Sorry, I got stuck in traffic," or "Sorry, I was running a bit late," or even, "Sorry, something came up." All of these are very common in American English. Let's practice. Your friend says, "Hey, what took you so long?" You respond, pause, "Sorry, I got stuck in traffic." Good. Now, try another, "Sorry, I was running a bit late." Excellent. Now, your friend might respond, "No worries, it happens," or "It's all good." These phrases are very common and friendly. Let's continue the conversation. "Hey, what took you so long?" "Sorry, I got stuck in traffic." "No worries, it happens." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's take this a little further. Imagine you want to explain more. You can say, "Yay, the traffic was really bad today. I didn't expect it." Notice how you add a small explanation. This makes your speech more natural. Practice that. "Yeah, the traffic was really bad today. I didn't expect it." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's move into another situation, making quick decisions in conversation. This happens a lot when you are with friends. Imagine someone says, "Do you want to grab something to eat?" You can respond quickly, "Yay, ma sure, I'm kinda hungry." Or, "Sounds good. Where should we go?" Let's practice. "Do you want to grab something to eat?" You respond, "Yeah, sure. I'm kinda hungry." Good. Now, try. "Sounds good. Where should we go?" Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. "Do you want to grab something to eat?" "Yeah, sure. I'm kinda hungry." "How about that new place down the street?" "Yeah, let's try it." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's focus on something very important. Hesitation and thinking time. In real American English, people don't always speak perfectly. They pause, they think, and they use small filler words. For example, "Well, you know, let me think." These help you sound more natural and give you time to think. Imagine someone asks, "What are you planning to do this weekend?" You can say, "Well, I'm not really sure yet. I might just relax." This sounds very natural. Let's practice. "What are you planning to do this weekend?" You respond, "Well, I'm not really sure yet. I might just relax." Good. Now, again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's move into a slightly deeper conversation, talking about goals or future plans. This is very common in longer conversations. Imagine someone asks, "What are you working on these days?" You can respond, "I've been focusing on improving my English," or "I'm working on a new project," or "I've been trying to learn something new." Let's practice. "What are you working on these days?" You respond, "I've been focusing on improving my English." Good. Now, try another. "I'm working on a new project." Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. "I've been focusing on improving my English. I've been practicing every day." Notice how you add more detail. This helps you sound more fluent. Practice that. "I've been focusing on improving my English. I've been practicing every day." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, so let's build a conversation. "What are you working on these days?" "I've been focusing on improving my English. I've been practicing every day." "That's great. Keep it up." "Thanks. I'm really trying to stay consistent." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another real-life situation, giving suggestions. This is something you use when helping someone or sharing ideas. Imagine your friend says, "I'm really bored." You can respond, "Why don't you watch a movie?" Or, "You could go for a walk?" Or, "Maybe try something new." These are all natural suggestions. Let's practice. "I'm really bored." You respond, "Why don't you watch a movie?" Good. Now, try. "You could go for a walk." Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. "I'm really bored. Why don't you watch a movie?" Yeah. So that's a good idea. You could also try something new. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's focus on expressing uncertainty, because sometimes you're not sure about something, and that's completely normal. You can say, "I'm not sure. I think so. Maybe." These are very common in American English. Imagine someone asks, "Are you coming to the party tonight?" You can respond, "I'm not sure yet," or "Maybe, I'll see how I feel later." These sound natural and flexible. Let's practice. "Are you coming to the party tonight?" You respond, "I'm not sure yet." Good. Now, try. "Maybe, I'll see how I feel later." Excellent. Now, let's move into a slightly more expressive conversation, talking about likes and dislikes. Imagine someone asks, "Do you like this place?" You can respond, "Yeah, I really like it. It's very cozy." Or, "It's okay, but I've seen better." These are natural opinions. Let's practice. "Do you like this place?" You respond, "Yeah, I really like it. It's very cozy." Good. Now, try. "It's okay, but I've seen better." Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. "Do you like this place?" "Yeah, I really like it. It's very cozy." "Yeah, it has a nice vibe." Exactly. It feels really comfortable. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go deeper into storytelling again. But this time, A bit more detailed. Imagine you're telling someone about something unexpected that happened. You can say, "So, something funny happened today. I was walking to work, and I saw someone I hadn't seen in years." Notice how you start with "so." This is very common in American storytelling. Let's practice. So, something funny happened today. I was walking to work, and I saw someone I hadn't seen in years. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, continue. We started talking, and it felt like no time had passed. This adds emotion and flow. Practice that. We started talking, and it felt like no time had passed. Good. Now, let's build the full story. So, something funny happened today. I was walking to work, and I saw someone I hadn't seen in years. We started talking, and it felt like no time had passed. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's combine everything into a longer, natural conversation. Listen carefully. Hey, what took you so long? Sorry, I got stuck in traffic. No worries, it happens. Do you want to grab something to eat? Yeah, sure, I'm kinda hungry. How about that new place down the street? Yeah? Let's try it. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Feel the rhythm. Take a moment now and repeat this short conversation. What are you working on these days? I've been focusing on improving my English. I've been practicing every day. That's great. Keep it up. Thanks. I'm really trying to stay consistent. Say it again. Smoother, more confident. As you continue practicing like this, your English will start to feel faster, more automatic, and more natural, because you are training your brain to respond in real time, just like native speakers do. Stay relaxed, keep practicing, and let your confidence grow with every sentence you speak. Now, let's continue by stepping into conversations that involve everyday problem solving. The kind of situations where you need to explain something clearly, ask for help, or fix a misunderstanding. These situations are very powerful for building real fluency because they require you to think, respond, and adapt naturally. Imagine you are at a store, and there is a problem with something you bought. You walk up to the counter and say, "Hi, I think there's an issue with this item." Notice how soft and polite this sounds. Instead of saying, "This is broken," you say, "I think there's an issue," which sounds more natural in American English. The employee might respond, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. What seems to be the problem?" This is a very common response. Now, you can explain. "It's not working properly." Or, "It stopped working after one day." Or, "I think it's defective." These are simple, but effective sentences. Let's practice. You say, "Hi, I think there's an issue with this item." The employee says, "What seems to be the problem?" You respond, pause. "It's not working properly." Good. Now, again, smoother. Excellent. Now, the employee might say, "Would you like a refund or an exchange?" And you can respond, "I'd like to exchange it, please." Or, "I'd prefer a refund." These are very natural responses. Practice that. "I'd like to exchange it, please." Again, "I'd prefer a refund." Excellent. Now, let's build the full conversation. "Hi, I think there's an issue with this item." "Oh, I'm sorry about that. What seems to be the problem?" "It's not working properly." "Would you like a refund or an exchange?" "I'd like to exchange it, please." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another very real-life situation, making appointments. This is something you will use in many places, like a doctor's office, a salon, or any service. Imagine you call and say, "Hi, I'd like to schedule an appointment." This is a very standard and natural sentence. The other person might say, "Sure, what day works for you?" And you can respond, "Do you have anything available tomorrow?" Or, "Is there anything open this week?" Let's practice. "Hi, I'd like to schedule an appointment." Now, respond, "Do you have anything available tomorrow?" Good. Now, again, smoother. Excellent. Now, the person might say, "We have an opening at 3 p.m." And you can respond, "That works for me," or "That sounds good." These are very natural ways to accept. Practice that. That works for me. Again. That sounds good? Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. Hi, I'd like to schedule an appointment. Sure. What day works for you? Do you have anything available tomorrow? We have an opening at 3 p.m. That works for me. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another important situation, giving and receiving advice. This is very common in conversations between friends. Imagine your friend says, "I've been feeling really tired lately." You can respond, "Maybe you should get more rest." Or, "You might want to take a break." These are gentle suggestions. Let's practice. "I've been feeling really tired lately." You respond, "Maybe you should get more rest." Good. Now, try. "You might want to take a break?" Excellent. Now, your friend might respond, "Yeah, you're right. I've been working too much." And you can say, "Yeah, you need to take care of yourself." This keeps the conversation supportive. Now, let's build the full conversation. "I've been feeling really tired lately. Maybe you should get more rest." "Yeah, you're right. I've been working too much." You need to take care of yourself. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go into another situation, talking about routines and habits. This is very useful for everyday conversations. Imagine someone asks, "What do you usually do in the morning?" You can respond, "I usually wake up early, have some coffee, and check my phone." Or, "I like to start my day with a walk." These are natural answers. Let's practice. "What do you usually do in the morning?" You respond, "I usually wake up early, have some coffee, and check my phone." Good. Now, try another. "I like to start my day with a walk." Excellent. Now, let's expand the answer. "I usually wake up early, have some coffee, and check my phone. Then I get ready for work." Notice how you add sequence. This makes your speech flow better. Practice that. "I usually wake up early, have some coffee, and check my phone. Then I get ready for work." Again. Smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. "What do you usually do in the morning?" "I usually wake up early, have some coffee, and check my phone. Then I get ready for work." That sounds like a good routine. Yeah, it helps me stay organized. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. Let's move into another real-life situation, talking about time and scheduling. This is something you will use constantly. Imagine someone says, "Are you free later today?" You can respond, "Yeah, I'm free after 6." Or, "I'm a bit busy today." maybe tomorrow. These are natural answers. Let's practice. Are you free later today? You respond, yeah, I'm free after 6. Good. Now, try. I'm a bit busy today. Maybe tomorrow. Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. Are you free later today? Yeah, I'm free after 6. Great. Let's meet then. Sounds good. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. See, let's go deeper into expressing reasons. This is very important for longer conversations. Instead of just saying something, you can explain why. For example, I'm a bit busy today because I have a lot of work. Or, I can't come because I have another plan. This adds clarity. Let's practice. I'm a bit busy today because I have a lot of work. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. Are you coming to the event? I can't come because I have another plan. Oh, that's okay. Maybe next time. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. So let's move into another important skill. Reacting naturally in longer conversations. Combining everything you've learned so far. Listen carefully. Hey, are you free later today? I'm a bit busy today because I have a lot of work. Oh, okay. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow works better. Great. Let's plan for tomorrow. Now, you try, speak it out loud, feel the natural rhythm. Now. Take a moment and repeat this short conversation. Hi, I'd like to schedule an appointment. Sure. What day works for you? Do you have anything available tomorrow? We have an opening at 3 p.m. That works for me? Say it again. Smoother, more confident. As you continue practicing, you are building something very important, the ability to handle real-life situations in English, not just simple conversations, but practical communication. You are learning how to explain, how to respond, how to adapt, and how to keep the conversation going naturally, just like native speakers do every day. Stay relaxed, keep practicing, and trust your progress, because you are moving closer and closer to speaking like an American. Now, let's continue by stepping into conversations that happen in more social and interactive environments, places where people talk more freely, laugh, share opinions, and react quickly. This is where your English becomes more expressive, more natural, and more confident. Imagine you are at a small gathering, maybe a casual get-together with friends. Someone turns to you and says, "So, how do you know everyone here?" This is a very common question in social settings. You can respond, "Oh, I actually know John from work." Or, "I'm friends with Sarah. We met a while ago." Or, "I just met a few people today." These are simple and natural responses. Let's practice. So, how do you know everyone here? You respond. Pause. Oh, I actually know John from work. Good. Now, try another. I'm friends with Sarah. We met a while ago. Excellent. Now, the conversation might continue. The other person says, "Oh, that's nice. How long have you known him?" And you can respond, "For about 2 years." Or, "It's been a while." These are very natural answers. Let's practice. How long have you known him? You respond, "For about 2 years." Good. Now, again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build the full conversation. So, how do you know everyone here? Oh, I actually know John from work. Oh, that's nice. How long have you known him? For about 2 years. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another important social situation, introducing yourself or joining a conversation. This can feel difficult, but with simple phrases, it becomes easy. You can say, "Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Emma." This is very natural and friendly. Let's practice. Say it with me. "Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Emma." Again, smoother. Excellent. The other person might say, "Nice to meet you," and you can respond, "Nice to meet you too," or "It's nice meeting you." Both are correct and natural. Now, let's build the conversation. "Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Emma. Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. See, let's go deeper into social conversations, talking about interests and hobbies. This is very common when meeting new people. Someone might ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?" You can respond, "I like to watch movies, listen to music, and go for walks." Or, "I enjoy reading and learning new things." These are natural answers. Let's practice. What do you like to do in your free time? You respond, "I like to watch movies, listen to music, and go for walks." Good. Now, try another. "I enjoy reading and learning new things." Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. "I like to watch movies, especially on weekends. It helps me relax." Notice how you add more detail. This makes your English sound richer. Practice that. "I like to watch movies, especially on weekends. It helps me relax." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, see, let's build the conversation. What do you like to do in your free time? "I like to watch movies, especially on weekends. It helps me relax." That sounds nice. "Yeah, it's my way to unwind." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another real-life situation. Giving compliments. This is very common in American English, and it helps build friendly connections. Imagine you see something you like. You can say, "I like your shirt," or "That looks really nice," or "You did a great job." These are simple but powerful. Let's practice. "I like your shirt." Again, "That looks really nice." Good. Now, "You did a great job." Excellent. Now, the other person might respond, "Thank you. I appreciate it." Or, "Thanks. That means a lot." These are natural responses. Now, let's build the conversation. "I like your shirt." "Thank you. I appreciate it." "Where did you get it?" "Oh, I got it online." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another important skill, making small talk in conversations, especially when there is a short silence. You can say, "So, what have you been up to lately?" Or, "How's everything going?" These are very useful to keep the conversation going. Let's practice. Say it with me. "So, what have you been up to lately?" Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, imagine the other person responds, "I've just been really busy with work." And you can say, "Yeah, I know how that feels." Or, "That sounds busy." These are natural reactions. Now, let's build the conversation. "So, what have you been up to lately?" "I've just been really busy with work." "Yeah, I know how that feels. It's been a lot lately." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go deeper into expressing excitement and surprise. These emotions make your English sound more alive. Imagine someone says, I just booked a trip. You can respond, No way, that's so exciting. Or, That's amazing. Where are you going? Let's practice. I just booked a trip. You respond, No way, that's so exciting. Good. Now, try. That's amazing. Where are you going? Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. I just booked a trip. No way, that's so exciting. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. That's awesome. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now. So let's move into another important situation. Politely ending a conversation. This is very useful in real life. You can say, It was really nice talking to you, or I've got to go now, but it was great chatting. These are very natural and polite. Let's practice. Say it with me. It was really nice talking to you. Again. I've got to go now, but it was great chatting. Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. It was really nice talking to you. Yeah, you too. I've got to go now, but let's catch up soon. Sounds good? Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's combine everything into a longer social conversation. Listen carefully. Hey, I don't think we've met before. I'm Emma. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. So, or what do you like to do in your free time? I like to watch movies, especially on weekends. That sounds nice. Yeah, it helps me relax. I just booked a trip. No way, that's so exciting. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Feel the natural rhythm. Take a moment now and repeat this short conversation. So, what have you been up to lately? I've just been really busy with work. Yeah, I know how that feels. It's been a lot lately. Say it again, smoother, more confident. As you continue practicing these social conversations, you will start to feel more comfortable, more relaxed, and more natural when speaking English with others, because you are learning how to connect, not just communicate. Stay confident, keep practicing, and enjoy the process, because this is how real fluency grows in everyday life. Now, let's continue by stepping into conversations that feel even more natural and spontaneous. The kind of conversations where you don't plan your sentences. You simply respond, react, and express yourself freely. This is where you truly begin to sound like an American speaker. Imagine you are having a relaxed conversation with a close friend, and they say, Honestly, I've been thinking about changing my routine. This kind of sentence often leads to a deeper, more personal conversation. You can respond, Oh yeah? What are you thinking of changing? This is a very natural follow-up question. Short, curious, and engaging. Let's practice. Honestly, I've been thinking about changing my routine. You respond, Oh yeah? What are you thinking of changing? Good. Now. Again. Smoother. Excellent. Now. Your friend might say, I feel like I need to be more productive. And you can respond, Yeah, I get that. I've been feeling the same way. This creates connection, which is very important in American conversations. Let's practice. I feel like I need to be more productive. You respond, Yeah, I get that. I've been feeling the same way. Good. Now, again. More natural. Excellent. Now, let's build this conversation further. Honestly, I've been thinking about changing my routine. Oh yeah? What are you thinking of changing? I feel like I need to be more productive. Yeah, I get that. I've been feeling the same way. Now, you try. Say it out loud. Feel the flow. Now. Let's move into another important real-life situation. Giving your opinion in a relaxed discussion. Not too strong, not too formal, just natural. Imagine someone says, "Do you think it's better to work from home or go to the office?" You can respond, "Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable." Or, "I feel like going to the office helps me stay focused." These are balanced opinions. Let's practice. Do you think it's better to work from home or go to the office? You respond, "Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable." Good. Now, try. "I feel like going to the office helps me stay focused." Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. "Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable because you can manage your time better." Notice how you add a reason. This makes your speech more complete and natural. Practice that. "Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable because you can manage your time better." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. Do you think it's better to work from home or go to the office? Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable because you can manage your time better. Yeah, that makes sense. But sometimes I miss being around people. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another everyday situation. Reacting to unexpected news. This is where your reactions become very important. Imagine someone tells you, "I just decided to move to another city." You can respond, "Wow, really? That's a big change." Or, "That's exciting. How do you feel about it?" Let's practice. "I just decided to move to another city." You respond, "Wow, really? That's a big change." Good. Now, try, "That's exciting. How do you feel about it?" Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. "I just decided to move to another city." Wow, really? That's a big change. Yeah, I needed something new. That makes sense. Sometimes a change is good. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into something very important. Expressing agreement in a more natural way. Not just saying yes, but showing understanding. Instead of just saying yes, you can say, "Exactly. That's so true. I couldn't agree more." These sound much more natural. Let's practice. It's important to stay consistent. You respond, "Exactly. Good. Now, I try." That's so true. Excellent. Now, let's build a conversation. It's important to stay consistent. Exactly. That's the key to improvement. Yeah, you just have to keep going. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go deeper into expressing doubt or uncertainty in a natural way. Instead of saying, "I don't know," you can say, "I'm not really sure." "I'm not 100% sure, I guess." These sound more conversational. Let's practice. "Are you going to join us later?" You respond, "I'm not really sure yet." Good. Now, try. "I guess I might come later." Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. "Are you going to join us later?" "I'm not really sure yet." "All right, just let me know." "Yeah, I will." Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another real-life situation. Talking about past memories in a relaxed way. Imagine someone says, "Do you remember the first time we met?" You can respond, "Yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago." Or, I think it was at a cafe. These are natural responses. Let's practice. Do you remember the first time we met? You respond, yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago. Good. Now, try. I think it was at a cafe. Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. Yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago. We were just talking about random things. Notice how you add detail. This makes your story more engaging. Practice that. Yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago. We were just talking about random things. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. Do you remember the first time we met? Yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago. We were just talking about random things. Yeah, that was a good time. It really was. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's bring everything together into a longer, flowing conversation. Listen carefully. Honestly, I've been thinking about changing my routine. Oh yeah? What are you thinking of changing? I feel like I need to be more productive. Yeah, I get that. I've been feeling the same way. Do you think it's better to work from home or go to the office? Honestly, I think working from home is more comfortable because you can manage your time better. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, you try. Speak it out loud. Feel the natural rhythm. Take a moment now and repeat this short conversation. I just decided to move to another city. Wow, really? That's a big change. Yeah, I needed something new. That makes sense. Say it again. Smoother, more confident. Now, pause for a moment and think about how far you've come in this lesson. You are no longer speaking in short, disconnected sentences. You are connecting ideas, reacting naturally, expressing emotions, and building real conversations. This is exactly how you start speaking like an American, not by memorizing difficult words, but by mastering simple, natural, everyday communication. Keep practicing these patterns. Repeat them. Use them in your daily thinking. And slowly, your English will become faster, smoother, and more automatic. Now, so let's continue by bringing everything together into even more natural, flowing conversations where you are not thinking about grammar, not translating in your mind, but simply reacting, expressing, and communicating like a real English speaker. Imagine you are in a relaxed conversation again, and someone says, "You seem a lot more confident these days." This is a compliment, and also an opportunity to respond naturally. You can say, "Yeah, I've been practicing a lot lately," or, "I guess I've just been getting more comfortable." Notice how you respond in a humble and natural way, not too strong, not too formal. Let's practice. You seem a lot more confident these days. You respond. Pause. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot lately. Good. Now, again, smoother. Excellent. Now. The person might say, "It really shows." And you can respond, "Thanks, I appreciate that." This keeps the conversation warm and friendly. Now, let's build the conversation. You seem a lot more confident these days. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot lately. It really shows. Thanks, I appreciate that. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another realistic situation, discussing daily life challenges, because real conversations often include small struggles. Imagine someone says, "I've been having a hard time staying focused." You can respond, "Yeah, that happens sometimes." Or, "I know what you mean. It's not easy." These responses show understanding. Let's practice. "I've been having a hard time staying focused." You respond, "I know what you mean. It's not easy." Good. Now, again. Smoother. Excellent. Now, you can add something more. "I've been trying to stay more organized, and it helps." Notice how you share your own experience. This makes the conversation more engaging. Now, let's build the conversation. "I've been having a hard time staying focused." I know what you mean. It's not easy. Yeah, it's been really difficult lately. I've been trying to stay more organized, and it helps. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another important skill, responding quickly and smoothly, without stopping. Imagine someone asks, "How do you stay motivated?" You can respond, "Honestly, I just try to stay consistent." Or, "I remind myself why I started." These are natural answers. Let's practice. How do you stay motivated? You respond, "Honestly, I just try to stay consistent." Good. Now, so try. I remind myself why I started. Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. Honestly, I just try to stay consistent, even when I don't feel like it. Notice how you add a natural feeling. This makes your English sound more real. Practice that. Honestly, I just try to stay consistent, even when I don't feel like it. Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. How do you stay motivated? Honestly, I just try to stay consistent, even when I don't feel like it. That makes sense. Yeah, it's all about building a habit. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's go into another everyday situation, talking about learning English itself, because this is something you can use in real conversations. Imagine someone asks, "How long have you been learning English?" You can respond, "I've been learning for a while now." Or, "I started a few years ago." These are natural answers. Let's practice. How long have you been learning English? You respond, "I've been learning for a while now." Good. Now, try. "I started a few years ago." Excellent. Now, let's expand your answer. "I've been learning for a while now, but I've been practicing more seriously lately." Notice how you add progress and effort. Practice that. "I've been learning for a while now, but I've been practicing more seriously lately." Again, smoother. Excellent. Now, so let's build the conversation. How long have you been learning English? "I've been learning for a while now, but I've been practicing more seriously lately." That's great. Keep going. Thanks. I'm really trying to improve. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's move into another important part of conversation, expressing encouragement and support. Imagine someone says, "I'm trying to improve my English, but it's difficult." You can respond, "You're doing great. Just keep practicing." Or, "It takes time, but you'll get there." These are very natural and encouraging. Let's practice. "I'm trying to improve my English, but it's difficult." You respond, "You're doing great. Just keep practicing." Good. Now, try. "It takes time, but you'll get there." Excellent. Now, let's build the conversation. "I'm trying to improve my English, but it's difficult." You're doing great. Just keep practicing. Yeah, I'm trying to stay consistent. That's the most important thing. Now, you try. Say it naturally. Now, let's bring everything together into one longer, smooth conversation where you react, respond, and continue naturally. Listen carefully. You seem a lot more confident these days. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot lately. It really shows. Thanks, I appreciate that. How do you stay motivated? Honestly, I just try to stay consistent, even when I don't feel like it. That makes sense. Yeah, it's all about building a habit. How long have you been learning English? I've been learning for a while now, but I've been practicing more seriously lately. That's great. Keep going. Now, should you try? Speak it out loud. Feel the natural flow. Now, take one more moment, breathe, and repeat this short conversation slowly. Then again, more naturally. I've been having a hard time staying focused. I know what you mean. It's not easy. Yeah, it's been really difficult lately. I've been trying to stay more organized, and it helps. Say it again, smoother, more confident. Let the words flow without forcing them. Keep your tone relaxed, your rhythm natural, and your focus on connection, not perfection. Because real American English is not about sounding perfect. It's about sounding real, clear, and comfortable. Thank you so much for staying with me and practicing your English all the way to the end. That truly shows your dedication, and that's exactly what will help you become more fluent, more confident, and more natural in English. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself because you didn't just watch this lesson. You actively practiced. You repeated sentences. You spoke out loud. And that is how real progress happens. Remember, fluency is not about knowing difficult words. It's about using simple English, naturally, comfortably, and without fear. The more you practice these real-life conversations, the more your brain will start thinking in English automatically. Try to use these phrases in your daily life. Speak to yourself. Repeat these conversations again. And don't worry about making mistakes, because every mistake is part of your learning journey. If you enjoyed this lesson and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our daily English practice videos designed just for you. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next lesson.